You don't need ads to scale past 10K per month. Listen, I spend $0 on ads and make over $64,000 per month. In this video, I'll show you how I turn my organic content into predictable clients without ads, fancy automations, or any complex funnels. And I'll also show you the DM script that I use to close over $1,000 per day consistently. So let's start with my simple funnel. My funnel is stupidly simple. I send all traffic into one landing page, and this one landing page gets all the traffic from Instagram and LinkedIn. And on this landing page, I have one VSL, which is short for video sales letter. It's a 5-minute or so video. And for this video, I use a proven 6-step VSL formula. So first I start with intrigue. So for the first minute or so, I intrigue them to want to listen more. And then right after intrigue, once I've got their attention, I move into proof. So I give them proof on like how it worked for me. I got a job at KPMG, 7 other jobs, and I literally talk about like how it worked for hundreds of others. Over here, as you can see, I have like over 20 testimonials. So that's the second bit. The third bit is qualify. So what I do is I actually disqualify people. It's not for you if you're looking for a senior role. It's not for you if you're looking for jobs in healthcare. And then I qualify. Then I say, look, it's for you if you're looking for entry-level jobs, or if you can dedicate at least 1 to 2 hours per week, right? And which is pretty much 80% of the market. So fourth is then I explain the product. Now, once I've intrigued them, I've given them proof, and now I've also qualified them and disqualified some people. Now I explain them, okay, cool. Now that you know it's for you, here's what you get inside the UK Job Institute, right? And I break it down by live calls, software access, so AI application tracker, and then community support. And then number 5 is offer bonuses, right? So some people will still not be convinced after you give them all the proof and what they get inside. That's when I offer them bonuses. So I say, look, if you join before we hit 1,000 members, you get 3 extra bonuses. And then I also offer them urgency as well. So I say, look, these bonuses do expire when we hit 1,000 members, and we're currently at 800 and something, right? So they're like, oh wow, like he might hit 1,000 soon. And then number 6, de-risk, right? So this is just to get that extra 5 or 10% of closes. And what I do is I say, cool, if you're still not convinced, but you want to try it out, first of all, you can cancel anytime. There's no yearly or contract or anything. It's monthly. You can cancel whenever. And if you join and in the first 7 days you're not happy, you get a 7-day money back guarantee. And the key thing with this is you need to have a product that's good enough where people actually, like majority of people, 90%, 95% of people don't ask for their money back. And then secondly, also, there will be some people that will ask for their money back, right? Your goal is to try your best, deliver value to people, and the people who aren't happy, you just ask for their feedback. You say, look, I'll give you all of your money back. Just fill out this form, explain to me what I did wrong. But if you're not comfortable giving a money back guarantee, it means your product is shit, right? So you need to work harder to have a good product. So that's pretty much it, right? Once my product was good enough, I put this money back guarantee on my sales video and we increased our sales, right? That is the funnel, right? Now let's move on to weekly posting schedule, right? So we're posting on LinkedIn and Instagram. And before I actually get into the weekly posting schedule, what I want to actually do is actually explain to you 2 concepts, right? The first concept is pre-validated content. And what pre-validated content actually means is, it basically means content that has proven to do well, already gotten thousands of comments or likes. What I did to build my content plan specifically for LinkedIn, which I can show you over here, I spoke to Chris Donnelly and I built my content plan and took my content plan to the personal brand manager, Chris Donnelly, who already has 3 million followers, 1.2 million on LinkedIn. And he also does 10 million annually in revenue, right? So his content not just like gets views, it also converts into cash. So that's the concept I learned from him. You need to only create content that's been proven to do well. That is it. So proven hooks, proven images, and proven call to action. Super important. The second thing I want to talk about over here is you need to understand the goal with content. Your goal with content is simply to get inbound DMs from warm, qualified leads. You're not creating content for fun or for fame. You're doing it to generate leads for your business, right? So super important. Always keep the goal in mind, because then that dictates why you're creating content. Super important. So that's the LinkedIn posting schedule, like the 2 concepts. In terms of how the schedule actually looks like, basically high level, what we do is we do 1 top of funnel every week, which is basically a fancy way of saying a very broad post that appeals to everyone. So the goal with top of funnel is not to convert, is not to get leads. The goal is to get a lot of impressions, a lot of views, so that your following few posts, you get more leads and comments, if that makes sense, right? So then the second thing we do is we do 2 testimonials a week, right? So if you're selling any form of education, any course, any transformation, you need to have testimonials. You need to prove that your system or your product gets people results. The second thing we do is carousels, right? So for LinkedIn, basically carousel is a slideshow, right? And what we do in these carousels is education, pure education, where like target these companies, or this is how you stand out on your CV, cover letter, interview. The third thing we do is a lead magnet, right? And a lead magnet, honestly, is just a shameless way to generate leads. It's literally comment X and you get Y, and you get some hate for it, but it generates you thousands and thousands of leads. So recently my marketing manager posted a lead magnet, which I can show you here, and it got around 2,000 comments, so 1,000 leads. We close around 10 to 15% of them, right? Of the people that DM us when we qualify. So let's say we even close 5%. The 5% that we close of 2,000, that's around 100 people, right? 100 people at $300 LTV, that's around $30,000 for 1 post, which is absolutely insane, right? So let me find the post actually. I think it's this one. As you can see, it it got 2,125 comments and 22 reposts, which is quite a lot. So that's pretty much what we do for lead magnets. The next thing we have is on Sunday, we do a value post, but specifically within a value post, we do a video, right? So every Sunday, what we do is we look at like our top performing videos on Instagram and we bring them over from Instagram to LinkedIn. And like we used a proven hook. So for example, video here, which did fairly well. On Sunday, it got 91 comments and it's only been like less than 24 hours. 91 comments, 16,000 impressions. It's probably gonna hit 100K views or so because videos have a longer shelf life. This exact reel got over 100K views or so on Instagram. So that's like the power of having two platforms as well. Now let's move on to our Instagram posting schedule. So this is actually gonna shock you, but I have a screenshot here. And if you look at it closely, we have no schedule for Instagram. And the reason is we got super scientific with my Instagram. So my brother, who's an Instagram expert, he built a super complex content plan. Like on this day, we're going to do this topic. On this day, we're going to do this topic. And we like got super scientific about it and our views and our comments tanked. And we realized that it's one of those platforms that it is so dynamic and content shifts so frequently. Every like 3 to 5 weeks, you cannot be super scientific for an Instagram. What we do instead on Instagram is basically we have fixed 2 Instagram stories a day, and then we do 2 Instagram reels a day. And what we do for stories is we get pre-validated image. So the best performing images from LinkedIn and the best performing hooks, we bring them over from LinkedIn to Instagram, and we do the exact same for reels. But what we do for Instagram reels is we use the same concept called pre-validated content, right? So we are constantly right now, I have one person full-time in my team who is researching the top 5 to 7 creators across the UK and the US, and we're constantly looking at what posts of theirs are actually going viral and popping off, like they're outliers. And then we look at their hooks, we look at like what resources they're giving away, and then we write our own script and we give a freebie away that's relevant for our niche. So that is literally it. Like if you look at it like this one here, find any job posted in the past 24 hours, right? This hook was, we saw this on another reel by some creator in the UK who was targeting our market, and we just used their hook and the rest of the script was mine, right? That's super important. If you are struggling to generate leads consistently, you need to study your competitors, look at what they're posting, look at which topics of theirs perform well consistently, and take inspiration from them and create your own version. That is the key thing I've learned from investing tens of thousands of dollars in mentorship and coaching, is that you need to study proven content, right? And then also what we do once we post an Instagram reel or story, as I'll open up my Instagram here, is we attach the reel or the story with a ManyChat automation. And ManyChat automation, I might have a screenshot here. I can actually open it. There's a ManyChat. As you can see here, I'll open up a random ManyChat automation here. So this one here, Tanmay, it got 452 runs, and it's a super simple automation where the story basically says, maybe I can show you one for reel. This reel here, agency. So this is the reel. People watch this reel, and then we just ask them to comment for a list of 50 agencies that help internationals land jobs. And then as soon as they comment, they get basically a freebie. And that freebie, as you can see, is here, which says boom, see below for the recruitment agencies list. Super simple. As you can see, 57% clicked here. So that's what we do for Instagram, right? 2 Instagram stories and 2 Instagram reels a day. And we attach every reel and every story to ManyChat automation. And also don't worry, because these ManyChat automations take like literally 10 seconds to build. So it's literally nothing complex. So that is our weekly posting schedule. That is pretty much it, if that makes sense. Okay, now let's talk about my best content formats on Instagram and LinkedIn, starting with Instagram, right? So I've got some screenshots here of my best Instagram reels and then stories here. Let's start with the reels. So we actually analyzed all of the data for like our sales, right? And our top 3 performing days were basically when, as you can see, either we did super niche reels like this one, which is, as you can see, like remember, the hook will call out the person, right? So this hook here says find any job posted in the past 24 hours. Now over here at the start, I mentioned ghosted jobs, right? So this is literally targeting people who are applying for jobs right now and are struggling with finding actual jobs because they think most jobs they apply for are ghost jobs. That's one side of the reel. So as you can see, this reel only got like 90 comments, which is nothing. On the other side, there's this reel where we got 15 sales. That's 1,185 USD in revenue in lifetime, because we make around 2.6x per customer. So we make around $200 per customer. So around $2,200 in total LTV, lifetime value, we made here. This reel, on the other hand, is super top of funnel. So we got 3,300 comments, 713 likes, and we got like 50K accounts reached, right? So there's both ways you can actually get loads of inbound leads. And one is obviously like as this, super top of funnel, or like super broad. It's still not broad, it's still targeted, but like it's a snappy reel, as we call it. It's a 3-second reel, or like more of an A-roll style, gets loads of sales as well, right? And then this reel here, you can see this one is another super 3-second snappy reel, as we call it, and it got around 325 comments, right? It is worth noting though that we also did stories that day to generate leads, but Reels by far are the biggest determinant to sales, because mostly people don't buy as soon as they find a Reel, right? People will find you on an Instagram Reel and then start following you, and then they will see your Reel every day, twice a day, depends on how your cadence of posting, for months before they make a buying decision, right? So Reel is usually the last straw, Reel or Instagram story, right? So these are two of the Reels. Another example is when we got 14 sales on the 5th of October, we did this Reel, which is another A-roll Reel, as you can see, like only 78 comments, but it literally targets people who are applying for jobs. You need to, like, the key learning here is the hook that you put on your Instagram Reel needs to call out your customer. So if you're an online fitness coach and you're helping people lose 30 pounds in 6 months, you need to literally have a hook that says, struggling to lose fat, here's how to lose 30 pounds in 6 months. Alex Ramosi says, be super conscious of your hooks, because the hooks will dictate the people you attract, and the people you attract dictate your revenue, right? The wrong people means no sales. So that is Instagram. On the other side, we have LinkedIn. And as you saw from my LinkedIn content plan, where LinkedIn, we're a bit more scientific about like how we post. Two top performing Reels, as you can see here, are, one is actually a carousel, which is basically a slideshow of companies they can apply for, tech companies, right? And obviously people who are applying for tech companies are like ambitious and they're looking for jobs pretty desperately. So this is like super relevant. This is when we got, as you can see, 10 sales. And as you notice as well, Instagram gets on average like probably 33 to 40% more sales than LinkedIn. And the reason is because on Instagram we post 5 times a day. On LinkedIn we post 1 time a day. So there's much more effort for Instagram that we make. And then this post, the second post that I have a screenshot of here, is, as I said, testimonial. Like the best thing you can actually put out on the internet to sell or convince people to join your program or to join your online coaching program is proof, right? Testimonial. So this one is a testimonial and the hook is a transformation. This person, he moves from India to the UK to landing a visa sponsored job is 3 months before his visa expires, right? These are our top performing posts. And also remember, when we say top performing posts, we mean like top performing in terms of which ones generated sales. These are the top revenue generating posts as well. So you should literally replicate these for your own niche, right? That is the best performing content on LinkedIn and Instagram. Moving on to the DM script that we use to close leads in basically under 30 minutes, right? So what I've done is, I'm not going to go into a lot of depth on the DM script here, but I can actually show it to you for YouTube. I've broken it down here. And basically we have a very simple 8-step process here. We start with a pain point, we relate, we qualify for affordability, we qualify for the program, we then pitch the product, we send them the link to join, we add some urgency there, we follow up, and then we close. That's how simple it is, right? And if you want me to create a full video on the closing script, the DM closing script, I can create another one as well. Just comment DM script below or something. High level, I can show it to you. It's only 3 pages and we use the exact same script for every person we close. We close around anywhere from 15 to 20 people a day for our low ticket product. And it's the same exact script, right? Because the key thing I wanted to share with you is that with your DM script, if you're selling over the DMs or if you're booking calls, it's not like some fancy words that you say in the DMs that get them to book a call or to buy a product, right? 99% of the work is done through the marketing, through your content, through the value you provide. And your DM script is literally, think of it as you're just a cashier at the end where you're looking to just collect cash if you're selling over the DMs, or looking to quickly set them an appointment to speak to you or your sales team. So there's nothing really fancy here. It's super simple. We just ask them their pain point, we relate with them, we then literally qualify them more, send them the link to join, add some urgency. That's pretty much it. Super simple script. So that is pretty much it. So if you're an online coach stuck at the 10 to 20K per month mark, in the description below, there's a link to join my free community where I'll help you for free. And I know you're wondering, why is he looking to help me for free? Listen, I'm looking to grow my YouTube and I want to work with people who have the problem I'm trying to solve. So you join my community, you get to help me grow my YouTube, and I help you scale past 20K per month. And you know, you're learning from a guy who's done multiple 100K months. And right now I have a business that does 64K per month, pure organic marketing, and I don't pay a penny in ads and I don't have to worry about my ad account getting shut down. So if you're interested, join the community. There is a caveat. You have to be making $10,000 per month to join. But if you are and you've made that kind of money for the past 3 months, join and I'll see you inside.